Hello everyone, it's James Chamberlain, and today I'm going to be making a video I have wanted to make for quite a while. Today I'm going to be talking about the things I don't like about Vehicle Simulator. If you guys play Vehicle Simulator, then you know what I'm talking about when I say the game has some problems. It's very important that I let you guys know I'm not trying to knock on the Vehicle Simulator devs or the Vehicle Simulator team. I know it's extremely hard to develop games, so this is in no way hating the team or sim builder. I am very glad that they've been working on this game, and I'm glad that they've been releasing updates a little bit more quickly lately. But without further ado, let's get started. Let me go ahead and start going down my list. Alright guys, here we are in the game. I'm going to pull up my list right over here on my other monitor. This isn't in any particular order or anything fancy like that. These are just the things that have been bothering me for a long time that I wrote down over here in Google Docs. Here we go. So, number one, the thing that probably bothers me the most about Vehicle Simulator, a lot of the cool stuff in the game gets removed. One of the things that I'm probably the most disappointed that was removed was the Lost Island. If you guys are a newer player, then you may not know, but there used to be a secret island out here off the coast near the airport, and it was really cool. There was this creature that chased you around. So many good times there. It was fun to off-road over there. It really is a big shame that the island is removed. Out of everything that removed, that's probably the one that makes me the most upset. And right over here in the same location, we have another thing that was removed much more recently. The Shipyard's drifting race was removed. I had so much fun doing this one. It was one of the most fun races for me personally. And the way this race worked was you basically drifted around the shipyards area. It counted points based on how long you drifted for and tallied those up. At the end, whoever had the most points, whichever player had the most drifting points, won. Alright guys, clearly my drifting skills have seen better days. The drifting in Vehicle Simulator certainly isn't close to realistic, but this is still a really fun race. An even sadder part of the fact is what this race was replaced with. The Shipyards was replaced with this. The Hill Climb. Now this race is absolutely ridiculous. This really is not even that fun. Like, look at this. This is not a fun race. The Shipyards is so much better than this thing. It looks like we actually were able to successfully make it up. I don't even know how much money it paid. Probably like nothing. While we're on the subject of kind of steep, treacherous hills and off-road routes, I want to bring up another one of my points, which is the trucks and SUVs and the more off-road geared vehicles in this game are severely underpowered. You can hear it revving, trying to get up. It's just not making the power. We're getting plenty of traction. The tires aren't even spinning or throwing dirt or anything. Even on some of the steeper streets and things, Ultimate Driving has the same issue where the bigger vehicles just can't get up hills, sometimes even at all. I'm sure when they dial in, the specs for each vehicle is directly related to the speed and capabilities. So if a vehicle is slower, then it's required to have less torque as well, which in real life, that's not the way it works. A slower vehicle with a lesser amount of horsepower, you should still have the torque to get up hills, especially heavy-duty trucks, heavy-duty diesel trucks, and vehicles like the Hummer shouldn't have an issue getting up stuff like this. Alright, the next one on my list, and this is probably the one of the most important ones here, is race times are constantly changing. The times the cars get are always being changed. It wasn't long ago that the mid 5 seconds range was super good and really only an Egoista or a Roadster 2.0 could get times like that. But now most of the hypercars and supercars are getting those same times with ease, while the Egoista and Roadster 2.0 have been brought down and are running times in the 4 seconds. And one change like that doesn't bother me, but it's the fact that all the time, the racing times are constantly changing. I don't understand why, when there's a good race system that works, times have to be changed. I feel like they need to find a system that works and then just leave it and stop changing it. Next up, the cars are constantly changing in this game. Things are always being buffed and nerfed. Kind of similar to what I was just speaking about with the race times. Every couple updates, there's a bunch of buffs and nerfs and all sorts of changes. I'm alright with cars occasionally being changed, but this is all the time. Really good cars are constantly being nerfed to the point where they're really slow and bad vehicles. I really don't think that's acceptable, but when you get a car, it's going to be changed so often that you never really get a chance for each car to be its own vehicle and to have its own characteristics, because they're changing so often. Alrighty, here is a huge concern that I know I'm not the only person who is really annoyed and hates this one. The racing music. I'm not going to play any of it because I'm sure it's got copyright issues and there'd be a copyright problem if I did. This racing music has to be one of the most annoying things affecting general play here in Vehicle Simulator. Basically, whenever you enter a race, it starts playing music, or when you join the game, the main menu starts playing all these songs. There are tons of songs here in Vehicle Simulator that can play, most of which personally I'm not a fan of. Some of them I like, but most of the new Magic Carpet Studio ones, personally, I am not a big fan of. I really just personally do not enjoy that music, and I find it annoying that it starts blasting it in my face every time I try to race. I listen to my own music or prefer to just hear the sound of the cars, so I don't want my experience ruined by music. If I want music, I should be able to turn it on and off with a setting, and I should be able to disable it without having to go into here and then pause the song. It's not showing up because nothing's playing right now, but I shouldn't have to go in and pause the song every time after a race or I join the game just to stop this music. There should be a toggle in the settings to disable that music feature. This is just my opinion. If some of you guys like it, that's really cool. I'm not sure how much this next one bothers a ton of you guys, but this one really upsets me a lot, and that is Bugatti. In this game, the two Bugattis, the Bugatti Chiron and the older Bugatti Veyron, are so messed up. The Veyron is an absolute slug. Acceleration is terrible. Compared to the other cars, this car is a complete slug. Cars like the Ford GT are getting significantly better times. Even the Tesla Model X gets better times. And the Veyron is so much faster than the Tesla Model X in real life. And it's a lot faster than the Ford GT as well. Yet here in the game, both of those cars just destroy this thing in the quarter-mile races. And that's not my only complaint regarding Bugattis. The Chiron as well. This car is beautiful and sounds wonderful. However, take a look at my top speed here. The Chiron doesn't have the acceleration issue, but the top speed of the Chiron is around 255. That's literally slower than the Veyron. In real life, the Chiron is a much faster, newer car than the Veyron. Why would the car that came out to replace the Veyron be slower than the Veyron? For some reason, Simulator decided to make the Chiron slower than the Veyron here in Vehicle Simulator. In real life, Bugatti set a new world production car record with the Chiron 300 edition that they are going to be making into a production car. It is a modified version of the Bugatti Chiron. Now, my question is, if a modified Chiron in real life can hit 304 miles an hour, then why is it that here in the game, a modified Chiron can't do more than 260 miles an hour, even with NOS? I believe that the reason the Bugatti vehicles here in Vehicle Simulator are so bad and so poorly performing is because Simulator dislikes the Bugatti brand. I'm not completely sure if this is true, but this is what I go by. It says so here on the Wikia page. Right here, the reason for the Veyron's lack of good stats is because of Simulator's hate towards Bugatti itself. I do believe this is a reasonable explanation as to why the Bugatti vehicles here in Vehicle Simulator are so terrible. Simulator did reference the Bugatti Veyron once in one of his developer live streams on YouTube. He did say if he were to buy a very expensive car, it would not be a Bugatti.
Beautiful supercar. Super expensive. I would never buy a car like this in real life. Not a Bugatti anyway.
I don't know if this necessarily shows hate towards Bugatti or just shows that wouldn't be Simbuilder's first choice. You guys take that the way you want to. Okay, I'm absolutely amazed that we're already the last one on my list. This list seemed so massive when I wrote it. I hope you guys have been enjoying, but here is our last thing I want to address here in this video. This is probably the most important and biggest issue with Vehicle Simulator. Stuff is always broken. There are always multiple things at the same time that are broken or not functioning properly here in Vehicle Simulator. And if you modified the suspension at all in this peel, it would go insane, start glitching everywhere crazy. This glitch went on for a good 2 or 3 weeks. There was a period where boats did not work at all in this game. It looks like it's normal. Now guys, you can't see this, but I am pressing my W. I can try the arrow keys. I'm trying all the arrow keys. Nothing's happening. Jet ski? Nope. And it's got this weird speedometer or weird glitch thingy down here that's not even a part of the game. The Porsche 918 Spyder also tends to glitch at high speeds, or at least it used to kind of go like this. I don't know if it still does, if it's just because I'm in a VIP server that I'm not getting it. Another issue is the saline is super laggy right here. As you can tell, my frame rates are just tanking, and when this thing gets air, the lag is absolutely insane. Still haven't gotten that one fixed. I'm not sure what the problem is. When the achievement system first came out, some of the achievements just didn't work. The achievement system really was not the best. I'm not sure. Do we just have that achievement now, or are we gonna get, like, notified? Weird. I never just achieved that. Weird. Are the achievements, like, not working or something? Here we are trying to back up in the Beetle, and we're having a bit of a problem. This car refuses to go into reverse. And probably the biggest concern out of every single thing that's broken in this game are the constant exploits and glitches players use to gain significant unfair advantages. There are always players glitching, finding ways to use insanity through races, and just get crazy times like 2-3 seconds at the quarter mile. There are constantly players finding ways to exploit this game and cheat and take advantages of minor bugs. And right over here, somebody got 0.65 seconds in the peel. That's not possible. This guy is an exploiter or a glitcher. It's things like that that really annoy me. Oh look, we've got an auto farmer. Let me go ahead and report him, and then I will be right back. I'd say probably 1 in every 8 players has used or is using some sort of a glitch to gain an unfair advantage. It's these unfair glitches that really do ruin and destroy Vehicle Simulator. Alright guys, for some reason I decided to do the outro in front of my Crown Vic. No idea why I decided to do that, but I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm sure there are many more points that I missed that were very important, but nonetheless, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like and maybe even subscribe. Goodbye, everyone. Thanks for watching. The hill. What is wrong with me? Oh my gosh. Alright, let's try that again. The hill. What is wrong with me? I keep saying the hill climb. video is going to take a lot of editing. This is an all-wheel drive Bugatti Chiron. Oh, this race music! Be quiet! Oh, I'm screaming at you because of the dumb racing music. Oh, no. Okay, cut all of that. This is going to take forever. As far as I know, in real life, Volkswagen Beetles can back up, and they do have reverse on the transmission. Alright, I hope you enjoyed my video. We'll see you later.